Hi. I don't know that I really care about meeting the people in the springs. I'm kind of already over Natlan. I don't know what it is. I just wasn't. Jesus, frame rate. Oh god, it continues. Oh my god, why? My ping is at 189. You have no excuse. I kind of feel like I've just got bored of Natlan very, very quickly compared to the other lands. I don't know if I even got bored of any of the other places. Maybe Liyue. But the rest, I've been like, cool, great, let's keep going. New land, let's go. And here I'm like, I'm not really drawn in by the culture. I'm not drawn in by what they've given me, the characters. And I know I left this because I need to talk to all these people here, but I just don't care.
So this is your home, Mualani? Paimon can't wait to have a look around.
I can, and have. Why are you pretending that the surfboard in the water is an instrument? Because you're tapping underwater, no one's going to hear it except the fish.
See? What did I tell you? A dip in the hot springs after a battle is just the best.
I don't know that I'd want to go bathing with a furry creature like that. I don't know, something about it just feels unhygienic in a way.
Fetch me a bottle of wine, would you, dear?
So now we're going to drink while we're swimming. That's a fine way to die.
Just one? Let's get another. It's still early in the day, isn't it?
Why does everybody's name start with an M?
Want to go to Golden Dusk later?
His doesn't.
Now this is a vacation. Absolutely
Wait.
amazing.
All the females start with M.
Wow, it's so lively around here. Is there some kind of holiday going on?
I totally didn't even compute what the last people said. All the females have M as the starting letter of their name. I didn't pay attention whether the dudes all had T, but the last one did.
We try to treat every day like a holiday around here. We believe every day is worth celebrating.
That's going to get exhausting very quickly. You got to have mundane days so that the special days feel special, right?
Now, let me show you around. Where to start?
I mean, it's your home. I couldn't tell you.
Shochiqui Cattle Records, Kalamchi Plaza. Oh, there's so many options, but I recommend starting with the real highlight around here.
Permit me to disagree, Moalani. Your homestead is very small. And what is that?
The hot springs, of course.
I don't like
Natural hot springs have tons of health benefits. Go for a nice long soak and you're guaranteed a good night's sleep.
I don't really care for hot springs. Honestly, is that just me? I've never understood the fascination.
Wait, you want us to bathe? Here?
Everyone's doing it in their clothes in the game Paimon. It's not how it works in real life, but everybody in the game is doing it clothed. So you can just pop in with your... Oh, I suppose it's going to be wet when you get out. That's a very good point, Paimon. Very good point. You might want to swap into something. Anyone's got some children's clothing, we can pop Paimon in for a little bit of a dip. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's just because I've been to Japan, I've lived in Japan, and onsen, you need to wear a little tiny little towel in, and that just weirded me out. Plus, I wasn't allowed in because I have tattoos, and they're just weird about that kind of thing over there. So I never actually could go to an onsen. Well, actually, it's not true. I went to one. But it's one of the private ones where you have your own little bathtub things, which just really isn't the same experience. So, I'm not really a fan of hot springs.
Don't be shy. Come on, I'll take you to get changed.
I mean, are we going to see our characters in different clothes? Somehow, I don't think so. Sorry, work texting at the same time. I'm multitasking. Question mark, question mark, question mark. I bet you her name starts with an M.
Huh? Oh, Auntie Atea!
Oh, well, I mean, I guess I stand corrected. First chick without an M sounding name. What did I just do? No, we're good. Sorry, I thought I accidentally deleted my work email message, but we're all good.
Please, I've told you that just Atea is fine. Do I look that old to you?
I was gonna ask the same question. You look almost the same age as Morla. Anyway, Candlekeeper. What's a Candlekeeper?
Are you taking these two to the hot springs?
I can't hear you.
That's right. Oh, let me introduce you. This is the Traveler, and the small one next to her is Paimon.
The small one next to her is kind of redundant when you're gesturing to us individually, but okay.
They only just arrived in Natlan, so I'm taking them around to experience our customs.
I feel like it's been a while, Milani.
Hi there!
And you are?
I'm Mualani's neighbor.
Just a
Atea.
neighbor?
By the way, Mualani, I heard you lost to Kachina during the pilgrimage. Is that true?
God, the way you say it like that sounds so condescending. Nice scar, by the way. How the hell did you accrue that?
Yeah, I was this close to winning. Oh, definitely not the result I wanted, but still not too surprising. Kachina's always been strong.
If I got beaten by a child, I'd be humiliated. We have never seen scars on characters in Genshin before, have we? I don't think we have. So, why does Aether have a massively obvious scar? It has to be relevant to the story, otherwise they wouldn't have put it in.
Anyway, it's all in the past. I'm gonna take these two for a dip in the hot springs. Talk to you later.
There has to be some relevance because no other character has had any scars. Even the battle-hardened ones, except this is Genshin and we don't have anybody who's battle-hardened, but yeah. Interesting.
Oh, wait. You'll need swimsuits first. I'm sure I can find you something lying around the shop. I'll go look.
I highly doubt we see our characters in swimwear.
Hold it right there, young lady. Have you forgotten the rule about bathing in the hot springs?
What's the rule? You have to be an Atlantean?
Rule? Oh, wait, you mean...
There's a rule about bathing in the hot springs?
That's right. Outlanders have to complete a trial at an
Told ya.
artificial hot spring before they're allowed access to the natural ones.
It's a body of water. You submerge your body into the water and then you get out. What is so trivial about that? Or what is not trivial about that, rather? That you require Outlanders to prove their worth for your hot springs. Feels a bit pretentious, Aether. Oh, Aethea's got a vision. Weird, because her design isn't that great. What she's wearing is unique to the other people here, sure, but as a whole, she's got a very plain NPC face. So it's interesting that a boring-looking character, comparatively, has a vision. That's unusual. She better not be pullable, or she's gonna be really boring. A trial, do we have to find something? Why a trial?
It's not nearly as scary as it sounds.
I didn't think it was. It just
Basically,
sounds pompous.
natural hot springs have higher temperatures that not everyone can withstand.
Natural hot springs. Honey, there's no such thing as an unnatural hot spring, right? Or do we have man-made hot springs? I don't think so, because isn't the point of a hot spring that it is heated by the ground? That just seems like a strange sentence to me.
A few travelers have gotten scalded by the water in the past, so now we have an unwritten rule. All Outlanders need to adapt to the lower temperature artificial springs first.
Why can't you just put your hand in it, test the temperature before going in, like normal people do with heated water? Why have you got to make this complicated process? Does common sense not prevail in this world?
But seriously, Auntie
Oh my
Aether,
God.
do we have to be so strict?
Right?
These two are formidable adventurers. I know they can handle
Well,
it.
that's actually irrelevant to our skin being able to tolerate heat. I mean, my skin can't tolerate heat, can't tolerate much of anything. So I can't go into extremely hot temperatures, but I'm smart enough to put my hand in the water and test the temperature first.
Famous last words.
Right?
The hot springs are not to be underestimated. You can never be too careful. Besides, the environment's been unstable lately. Could be a sign that the abyss is about to attack.
What does that have to do with the hot springs? Does the abyss about to be attacking cause the hot springs to get hotter?
Oh, that sounds dangerous. You know, Paimon's really not all that formidable,
Oh, we
so
know.
careful is good.
Exactly. There will be no excessive risk-taking on my watch. Mualani, take them to the artificial spring first.
Do we get the swimsuits?
Okay.
Or do we just go in with our clothes?
That's more like it. And don't try anything funny. I'm heading to the artificial spring in a bit, and if I don't see you there, your days of copping free meals at my place are done.
I get why this rule is in place, but I feel like she's been a bit of a dick about it, to an extent.
Relax. Oh, by the way, Aether, how have you been feeling lately?
I like that zoom right into the scars if you hadn't already noticed it blatantly across her abdomen.
Much better. How else would I have the energy to keep an eye on all you rascals?
And I told you it was going to be related to the plot, or at least brought up in conversation, because otherwise it wouldn't be there.
Hey, you over there! How many times have I told you no roughhousing near the hot springs?
I don't see any roughhousing going on.
Oh, shoot! That weird lady's back again!
She's known as the Weird Lady. Okay, that tells me everything I need to know about Aether. Okay, I despise children, in and out of games. This kid's design is cool. I like her eyes, I like her hair, I like her clothes. You're cool, New.
Run! Stop right there! Ugh, you need a stern talking to!
Good lord, what is your problem, woman? She is a weird lady.
She sure has a lot of energy.
Well, that's not how I'd be phrasing it. Is she not friend of yours?
She's a legend in our tribe. Everyone knows her.
Why? Milani, the more I look at your tribal marks, I don't know if this is what I've said before, but it really looks like you put like sun cream in these particular patterns on your body just to be like hip and cool. And then you went out in the sun and got sunburned. So now you have like this sweet ass tan everywhere except where you put the sun cream. And that's where your lighter skin color is. Tell me that is not what her art design looks like.
Back before I inherited my ancient name, she was one of Natlan's most renowned warriors, famous for her love of hot springs. In fact, she often threw parties at the hot springs.
And that changed after you inherited your ancient name. Otherwise, I don't really understand the point of this part of the sentence.
She referred to anyone who came to these parties as her hot spring buddies. The attendees were all respected warriors like Liliuo, Kaiulani, Vichama, oh, and the Archon.
I don't know the purpose of referencing these people. Maybe there's a point in including the Archon, but she specifically knows that we are not from here. We are Outlanders. We do not know these people. So why would you drop these names like it's supposed to mean something to us? Because that's the intent of her saying it. She's saying it as if we should know and be ooh and eyeing about these names. But you know I don't know these people.
If Paimon lived here, she would take advantage of the hot springs too.
I certainly would not.
It's just, during battle, she was impaled in the abdomen by an abyssal monster.
That's a mighty wide scar for just impalement. Did she get dragged sideways while impaled? Was it a really wide weapon? It looks more like a slice, but okay, maybe it's just semantics.
The doctors managed to save her life, but they made it clear that she could never bathe in the hot springs again.
Because if you were impaled for something that was like, say, yay wide, one would assume that's the entire width of the weapon. So the whole weapon going in at that width would kill you. Your stomach would be shredded. So then you get stomach acid burning in your entire body and you would die simply from that because it's illy placed. But that's massive. I mean, you could argue it probably went in on like an angle, but even then you still wouldn't get, I know I'm pointing at the wrong person, but I'm just using her as a demonstration. You wouldn't get such a big thing from an impalement. Unless no, we're talking about weapons. So no, I really don't, unless it's a massive sword. Again, no, she would have died. I don't know. Seems a bit odd to me, but then again, I'm not a scar expert. But made it clear she could never bathe in the hot springs again. Why? 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 I know scar tissue is sensitive, but it's not that sensitive to heat.
Abyssal power still exists within her body. Immersing herself in hot water would accelerate the corrosion of her internal organs and the progression of her illness.
I guess I'll just take your word on it. That sounds really stupid and made up and contrived, but sure.
Oh, no wonder she has so many scars. Paimon had no idea she was so seriously injured.
Let's make it just needlessly dramatic so that we feel sorry for her. I really don't care. I'm sure she was a great warrior. It's sad she got injured. Sad face. That's about the extent of my caring. I don't care about her as a character. I mean, look at her. She's chastising children in the background. I mean, it's totally something I would do, but not in this situation. So I guess they're trying to make me feel more sympathetic for her, but I just don't care. She's a random person I've met and will probably never meet again.
That's normal. She never talks about her injury.
Why would she? Would you talk about something that's inherently traumatizing?
She's worked tirelessly over the years to dig up artificial springs so that more and more people can experience our tribe's natural wonders, even though she can't enjoy them herself. I really respect her for that.
Don't know that's something worthy of respect, but you know, you do you, Morlani.
Anyway, let's head to the artificial springs. If Auntie Atea gets there before us, we're gonna be in some real hot water.
Ha 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 ha. What am I, 12? Ah, the music is gross. Where am I actually going? Just somewhere vaguely this way? Oh, I'm in the hot spring, I'm in the hot spring, I'm in the hot spring. Whatever. Oh, up there was actually where I was going. Oh, never mind, we don't need ladders here.
I
We
see.
teleport.
That's a great idea. I like it.
Okay, so we have A's and M's for females.
See, I told you the chief would agree.
Hikueru? Okay, that's strange. It's like it's pretending to be Japanese but isn't Japanese. But we're not in Inazuma. Yes, I had to pause and think about that.
Well, let's get moving then. We can't let a word of this slip to anyone else.
Except Marukao, you're having the conversation in front of the entire hot springs.
Hey, Amina, Hikaru, Marukao. You three seem particularly cheerful today. What's the occasion?
Is she just ignoring the fact that you exists? She completely ignored it. I didn't even listen to how she pronounced that, but she ignored the U.
Oh, Mulani, you're back. Who are these two?
Can we go back to him? I was gonna make a comment about
This is
his
the
appearance.
Traveler and Paimon,
Her.
two very important guests. I wanted to take them to the natural hot springs, but Auntie Atea caught us, so we had to come here first.
I can't even show you now. He has these really cool 2 lines on the other side, tattoos underneath his... It's gonna call it a vest, but is it really a vest when it doesn't cover your chest? Don't know. It's like a Bolaro, actually. He has, some tattoos. It looks really cool.
Oh, what a coincidence.
Oh, hi.
We were just talking about her.
I am going to assume you're a playable character at some point in time, though your instrument is horribly pixelated and it disturbs me greatly.
We think Auntie Atea's illness has taken a turn for the better.
Actually, you don't have a vision, so you can't be a playable character. Never mind, take it back. But yeah. See? His really cool outfit with the little tassel. I don't know why you would want to get that in water. And then he has his tribal tattoo looking things. That looks really cool.
Really? How can you tell?
Yeah, how can you tell?
Okay, so while you've been busy with the pilgrimage, we noticed that she's been visiting the hot springs alone at night.
Maybe she's just getting romantic with somebody.
Yeah, specifically the hot springs in the cave to the north of our settlement. I'm sure you know the one. Apparently, she used to go there a lot before they became abandoned for some reason.
I think there's something up. Please tell me she's a shady woman. Oh, that would make me feel so much better about me being... what's the word I'm looking for? Apathetic to her.
She could never come into contact with hot water before, and now she's visiting the hot springs every night. I mean, it's pretty obvious what that means, right?
Not really, actually. Just because you visit the hot springs doesn't mean you go into the hot springs.
Yeah, so we got to thinking, what if we renovated the abandoned spring behind her back, then threw her a huge surprise party?
Okay, I have problems with that on multiple levels. 1, you have no evidence that she is actually using the hot spring, especially considering the doctors told her never to do so. I don't think she's going against the doctor's orders. So no, you don't know that she's using the hot spring. It's high chance she ain't using them. 2, don't touch someone's private place. I don't care if you're trying to do a good thing for them. You do not renovate something that is their private space without their consent. That's rude, and it's actually really not very considerate of the person. You may think you're being considerate, but you're actually being the opposite. And 3, what if she liked it the fucking way it is? Why are you going in there and surprise changing it and whatnot? What if she likes it as is? And what if she didn't want anyone knowing that she was going there? Then what? So I have 4 reasons why you just leave that shit alone. You got me? No, look at their faces. They ain't got me.
Chief Amina thinks it's a great idea too. So, you want in?
I think Chief Amina needs her head put on straight. No.
Of course. How could you even think of pulling this off without me?
You guys don't know she's using the fudging hot spring. There's no point even arguing at inanimate objects.
I'm a little busy right now, though. I'll come find you once we're done at the hot springs.
I can't look at her markings the same anymore. They just look like she put sun cream on and got tanned. Or wore her bands. She wore one up here, and then like a little sweatband, like an arm pad. Anyway.
Of course. Take your time. You should focus on our guests for now. These artificial springs are pretty new. But the experience is just as good as the natural ones, if you ask me. We really worked hard on them, so I hope you enjoy.
I could actually guarantee that they're not going to be just as good as the natural ones, because don't natural ones have a lot of minerals in them? A lot of the ones that I've heard of can be very sulfurous. Sulfurous? Sulfurous. Has a lot of sulfur in it because of what's generating the heat. And there's, as I said, there's a lot of natural minerals in normal hot springs, so they can often give off a scent. Your artificial ones won't have any of those minerals. It just definitely won't be the same experience.
And you two, I know you want to focus on Atea's surprise, but don't forget your patrol duties in the meantime. The Abyss could attack at any moment, so we need to stay vigilant.
I'm trying to remember which tribe, which clan was closest to the Abyss. I thought it was the Children of Echoes. With the needles and stuff we just did. I thought the Abyss was thinnest there. But if you're trying to, you know, perpetuate constant vigilance, are you telling me that the Children of the... No, People of the Springs are the closest. Oh, she's the chief. Wow. Totally only just clued on. We'll get to that in a sec. Are you insinuating that you guys are closest? Maybe everyone's just on patrol. I don't know. There didn't seem to be main patrols going on at the Children of the Echoes. Let's be real. Okay, so this child is a chief. Okay, how the fuck does a child become a chief of an entire collection of people? Or are you telling me this isn't a child? Because I won't believe you if you say that.
You got it, Chief. We'll keep an eye out. You can count on us.
She totally seems like a minor to me.
All right, we're off then. See you at the abandoned spring, Mualani.
Have fun getting your head bitten off.
I'm also gonna head out. Have fun!
She's totally a minor.
Finally, it's hot spring time.
Yay.
Oh, I already arranged swimwear for you guys, by the way.
When? You didn't leave
Come
my
on,
side.
I'll show you to the changing room.
Are we actually gonna be? No. I refuse to believe that you will actually let me change clothes, and that the only time we ever change clothes in this game is into swimwear of all things. Ugh, repulsive. I refuse to believe that that's a thing. So I'm gonna say we don't get to see ourselves in swimwear. That's creepy. Chilling out outside the change rooms. Perverts. Change outfit. Wait, why does it fit surprisingly well? What? What does that mean? I don't understand what you're insinuating. Told you. We just get stagnant shots. Knew it. Okay, Paimon's kind of cute. With whatever this is. And does she have a pony? She has 2 pigtails. Can you not make those sounds, please?
What do you think? Can you feel the warmth relax every muscle in your body?
I'm not really a heat person. Also, not a bow person either.
Yeah,
Bows don't suit
it's
me.
so nice.
Sorry.
The steam is warm too.
I like bows in the hand, the big oversized bows that you can put in your hair. Yeah, my face just doesn't say bows.
The first time I came to the
Unfortunately.
hot springs, there was no calming effect whatsoever. I was such a little ball of energy, the moment my parents looked away, I ran off to the high temperature pools.
May I ask how this is relevant to the Archon quest? I just don't care. This is not relevant to the main story. Can we get back to the main story? Can we get to like the Archon versus Il Dottore? No, wait, hold on, where are we? Il Capitane. Can we just get to that? This is not floating my boat. Pun fully intended.
It was actually pretty funny looking back on it. They were absolutely frantic, looking for me all over, until finally they saw my head slowly poke out from under the water.
That's great. I realized I said Il Capitane. Like, what the fudge am I on? Il Capitano. That's correct.
I was too young to remember the whole ordeal, but
still
my
don't
parents told me all about it. A natural-born swimmer, my mother called me. Just like her, I taught myself how to dive underwater the first time I ever went swimming.
Abundantly unrealistic, but yay you.
So feel free to go for a swim. I'll be right here if you need rescuing.
What the fuck is this? You got some sort of, like, cape in your swimwear? What?
Okay,
Tails
here goes
here.
nothing.
Auntie Atea, you really came to check on us?
Oh my god, she does have 2 pigtails. Okay, again, hate children, and let's face it, Paimon looks like a 4-year-old. Those pigtails are cute on her. Looks super cute. I'm all for it. I am living for this right now. Never thought I would say that in my life. Anything related to Paimon. Good god, am I sick?
Of course. And I'm glad you listened. I brought you all some milk and snacks as well. I'll just leave them here.
Who has milk as a snack? Unless we're, dipping in biscuits or something, which still seems weird to me, but that's the only reason I could think of why you would give someone milk as a snack.
The temperature in the artificial springs isn't too high, so I went with Saurus crackers and grain fruit chips. See how you like them.
Okay.
Oh, thank you!
I don't feel like we're progressing anything. Can we get on with the story? Yeah, whatever.
I did make them myself.
That's great.
Very few young people know how to truly appreciate hot springs, so listen carefully. The temperature of the hot spring not only determines the type of snacks you should choose, but also the amount of time you should spend in the water.
Okay, the first, no, not really. The latter, yes.
To bathe in a hot spring is to completely empty your mind. As such, swimming around the pool is incredibly disruptive and impolite, and something you should absolutely not learn from Mualani.
Honestly, I find hot springs boring. I'd be inclined to swim around too.
Hey!
All right, looks like you were able to adapt to the temperature, no problem. You should be able to switch to the natural springs then. Well, I've got to get going. Oh, and make sure you drink your milk. I'm looking at you, Mualani. I still remember how you used to pour it into the water when you were little.
Ew, so you're bathing in milky water? I mean, there's nothing technically wrong with that, but it's also technically food, so ugh.
That better not happen again, whether I'm here to catch you or not.
Okay.
Paimon didn't think you were the type to do something like that.
I remember thinking I'd totally get away with it too. But turns out milk is pretty easy to spot when you pour it into clear water. Not my best work.
You think? You drink the milk and I didn't catch the
Some people
rest of
get
it.
dizzy if they stay in here too long. You guys all right?
Just peachy. Can we move on,
Fine,
please?
just a bit stuffed.
I feel fine too.
Looks like you two are naturals. Oh, by the way, I have to leave you on your own for a little while this afternoon. I'm gonna help the others fix up that abandoned
As long as
spring.
I don't have to do it, and I'm still telling you, it's gonna end ill.
I certainly don't trust their aesthetic tastes. Who knows what will become of the place if I leave them unattended? In exchange, though, I can recommend a couple of shops that are worth a visit.
We'll help too, as long as we don't...
Huh?
I have no interest. Atea's been really kind to us.
Yeah, she brought us snacks and taught us about the hot springs. We want to do our part too.
I'm getting frustrated because one, still think this is a super bad idea, and I think you're being super inconsiderate by doing this for her, no matter what you guys try to frame it as. And two, why the fuck is this the Archon quest? Can we get on with the plot? If you want to trudge around here and do this boring shit, put it as Mualani's story and the children of the people of the springs, their version of character story quests, because of course they had to change it up in that land. Whatever, put this shit there. Can you get it out of my main quest line? I am not here for this boring stuff.
Friends are supposed to help each other out.
I
We
don't
feel
even
bad
know them.
otherwise.
Oh, you guys make friends way too quickly.
Well then, the more the merrier.
I mean, usually yes, but on such a boring and unwanted task, no, not really. I just feel icky. I feel icky, and I don't
All right,
like
we should
it.
get going. Let's organize the best hot spring gathering Natland's ever seen.
Just leave the lady alone. This feels so intrusive. I hate it. I hate every moment of it. I also need to pee, so, you know, that's also driving my displeasure right now. But that's oversharing.